how many weird subjects did we hit on? But they're all about getting more what you want.
I think having the confidence in yourself to ask for what you want.
Welcome back to the Harley Malarkey podcast. I'm Brian Malarkey.
I am Danielle Harley.
We got new producers and we're really fancy now. Just kidding. There's nobody standing behind the camera. It's just us. But this is our amazing new studio in La Jolla, California.
We're excited. We missed you last week because we've been moving. We've been busy. There's been chaos, but we're doing well.
Harley just really had nothing to say. She said, I just got nothing to talk about this week. So we just took a week off.
I mean, there's a lot about family dynamics I would like to talk about, but I feel like you kind of have to step lightly there. I will say, though, a staycation is really a great thing to do.
The only thing that has kept our relationship alive this last 2.5 weeks is that we had a staycation.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, serious. Like we were. I was like, I don't know. And she's like, she's like, run.
The hardest part for me when life becomes chaotic is when I feel disconnected from Brian. I think that when you feel connected to your partner, it's like your safe space to explore the world from. And when you feel disconnected from your partner, the very foundation of your life feels a little shaky. Would you agree with that?
What the hell am I doing this for? Right? Like, yeah. What the hell? And I could see that. It was a little far off glint in her eye. Like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Help me. Help me. It was like you fell off a cruise ship, but nobody saw you fall in. Like, you're sinking and you're like, oh my God, but there's no one to throw a life raft, right? Because you're the captain of the ship.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I
don't know if that's the metaphor.
I don't think it's the right metaphor. But, man, we felt like we fell off some boats recently.
Yeah, and I think I kept telling him, I'm like, I just miss, as I've shared before, my love language is quality time. And it's really hard to have quality time when you have 3 teenagers who don't drive and you don't have any help and you have them full time. Like it's nearly impossible. And we had other things go on. Brian had his minor surgery. There were things that got in the way of us really having our good quality time. And so, yes, we went to Oceanside, Mission Pacific, adorable hotel.
Amazing. This episode is brought to you by the good people at Mission Pacific. You need a staycation? Go to Mission Pacific.
And it saved our relationship.
Actually, they didn't give a shit. Oh, they actually did give us a little something. But yes, beautiful property up there in Oceanside, beautiful view, great facilities. But on that one beautiful night where we got to like cuddle and do our thing and just be with each other and love each other, we were like, listen, I'm going to dinner. We'll just order room service. And we just so happily watched a little movie and we fell asleep and we were just having the best night ever. Fire alarm, middle of the night.
Yeah.
Crazy.
2:45 in the morning, just like blasting the alarm that get out, take the stairs,
run like hell.
Yeah.
Like I've never heard that on a fire alarm before, but like run for your life, save yourself, leave the children and women behind. Like who does those recordings?
I don't think that's what I heard.
I heard it.
But Brian goes out to the balcony. He's like, there's no fire. Literally 2 seconds. No, I think he was on the balcony for maybe 1 minute. And then he just crawls back in bed and puts the covers over his head. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm like, everybody's evacuating. He's like, there's no fire. And just goes back to bed. So I'm standing out on the balcony in my workout clothes that I threw on in the middle of the night observing. And there was no fire.
So I'm a man. I walked out. I looked up. I looked down. I looked around. I saw no smoke. I saw no fire. I saw no sirens. I saw other men just like me do the same thing. Surveyed the landscape, made a decision, and went back to bed. It was 3rd story. I looked. I made sure I did have an escape route planned. I saw there was enough sheets that I could tie them together to make an emergency rope I could get down to at least 1-story fall. It's like, who's going to die on 1-story fall?
Yeah. So then I remained vigilant and made sure that we were going to survive through the night. And I confirmed that we were. And then we went back to sleep.
Oh, and that's why we said, this isn't sponsored by Mission Pacific, but it is because they took care of our room service.
Well, thanks to me. So I have credit card points. So I booked the room on points. And then I got a few extra perks from booking through Chase. So we had like $180 credit. And then I was checking out the next day, and this is something Hal Harley taught me, is just like, you always ask. You always ask for a discount.
Hal's the dad. In
Yeah.
case we haven't talked about Hal. Hal's got his own episodes coming up.
You always ask for a discount. You always ask for a raise. You always try and negotiate with somebody, because the worst thing that happens is that they say no. And I think people are so afraid to do that because they don't want to upset somebody. They don't want to look greedy, or I don't know the reasons why people don't do that. But I used to be scared to do that. I used to be so embarrassed when my dad would do that. Every time we would check into a hotel, he'd give his whole spiel on getting us upgraded to a new room. And I found it mortifying. But he always got us upgraded. And now that I'm older and I have no shame or embarrassment, or very little, I now am Hal Harley. And so I ask for a discount. I ask for them to waive things when they should, not in an obnoxious way. Like, I don't think you should go around asking for free shit when you don't deserve it. But, there's some tact to it.
Yeah, that's really good. That's almost its own episode right there also, because that is how hustlers, my man 50 Cent, I'm reading the book right now, that's how you get stuff done. If you are too scared to ask for a raise, ask for something you want, ask those tough questions, you will not be able to accomplish anything,
Yeah, I think it is a whole episode. Anyways, so I went to...
Not this episode.
Well, I have a lot to say on it, but I went to go check...
Maybe it is this episode.
Yeah,
I kind of like it.
We might as well.
Oh, wow. Here you go, Hal. We're not scared to talk about it, Hal.
So I went to check us out, and I knew I could have asked for more things, but I knew what I wanted to ask is just like, let's make this a free vacation. Whatever other charges we had on my credits, can you comp those? And so I'm talking to the lady, and I'm like, are you a manager? And she's like, no, but let me grab my manager. Or first I said, we came here to get away from my boyfriend's 3 kids, not in a negative way, but we came here to get a really good night's sleep and really relax. And obviously with the fire alarm last night, that didn't happen. And she grabbed her manager. I explained this to her, and she's like, I totally understand. I'm so sorry. What would make this feel right to you? And I was like, we have an additional balance of $259. If you could just waive that, I would feel good about it. And it's our favorite place. We come back every single time we want a staycation, and we love it here. Not being a bitch, super nice. She was like, of course.
Keyword, people. When asking for these things that are a little bit difficult, the number one way to get what you want is to ask nicely.
Yeah.
Right? Like in the restaurant business, we get a lot of people trying to get that deal, trying to like, oh, I didn't get the table I wanted. I didn't get this. Well, my server wasn't fast enough. Can I get a discount? Well, you're going to get, what is it? How do you catch bees with honey? And
you catch more bees with honey than vinegar. You catch more flies with honey than vinegar.
Oh, we don't want to catch any fucking flies anyway you look at it. All right. And I don't think we really want to catch bees.
Yeah.
But the idea is, you accomplish these things, and you accomplish this by being nice. Even a little form of flattery, like, oh my gosh, this property is spectacular. We love it. We've been here before. Embellish, right? This is part of how you get that. And you're like, oh, we absolutely love it. We come here all the time, but wow, that last night, we were so tired. We've been like so excited for this little vacation just to get some sleep. Is there anything you can do to make it a little bit better for us? Like, oh my God. And then, oh, my man's got like sleep problems. He couldn't go back to sleep all night long. You don't have to like overdo it. Like I would have done.
Yeah, you would have overdone it. I kept it simple, but she was so nice, and she's like, of course, like I'm happy to do that. I'll take care of it. So that made me feel good about being woken up at 2:45 in the morning, and we got a totally free staycation.
And it's not necessarily free. I like that how you say it. It's free, but you spent the money to get the points.
Yeah.
So it wasn't free. It was smart discounted. Not
well, some people spend money and don't get points.
Well, and that's another good thing too. Make sure you take advantage of your spending habits to get you less than free things, but kind of free things.
Yeah, it is free. I mean,
so let's talk about this. So this is the Hal Harley ask for what you want.
Well, I was actually thinking about this recently because, big announcement here, I did just leave Cornerstone.
That's her place of employment. She's been at for the last 10 and a half
years. Yeah. And as I was leaving, I had a lot of talks about compensation. I was actually offered a pretty significant raise to not leave.
No, just a sec. I like this. Just ease into it a little bit more. Hal had been telling her for years, ask for more money. And she's like, okay.
No, that's not true. I ask for more money every fucking year. My last manager that I was like, I don't think he likes me that much. Part of the reason he didn't like me is because I harassed him for a raise. So I wasn't like, Hal wasn't the one that made me do that. I did that because Hal Harley taught me to be that way. It just came up more and more as I was leaving because I was having all these conversations about compensation with my colleagues. I was having conversations about compensation with my manager and my VP. And I told them, I was like, Jesus, I should have pretended to quit years ago. I was like, I've been asking you guys for a significant raise for years, and I get like 5K here, or, we'll raise your base, but we'll have to lower your commission to do that. Like bullshit raises, in my opinion. Then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I'm done with this company. And
when you officially said you're leaving, what happened?
I got offered a significant raise. Very significant. And at that point it was too late, but I'm like, Jesus, that's how I had to get a raise, is to be very serious about leaving this company, which
to the point, the raise was so significant. She was like, oh shit, should I stay? Like, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, if you just give me the money, you could stay. No,
and so but the thing that I learned, and one, maybe you should pretend to quit to get a raise.
Just a sec, before you go into that, I have one thing to say here. The reason you were in that position, though, the reason that when you gave the real notice that you were leaving and they knew how valuable you were to the company and how valuable you were to sales and in that position you're in, that they said, oh my gosh, she's worth this much more money. We took her for granted a little bit, but because she showed up, took care of her job, made her numbers, made our lives easier, we need to give her more money. You can't go asking for a raise if you're not living up to your end of the bargain. If you're just kind of half-assing it, doing okay, and you ask for a raise and they don't give you one, it's because you didn't fucking deserve one. Okay? So we're not talking to underachievers on this podcast. We're talking to believers and people who are kicking ass at what they do. If you are working hard and you're getting it done and you're making your company a better company and you're invaluable, you deserve more money, because there's not many people like you out there. Most of people want to do less and get paid more. When you are doing more and getting paid not enough, that's when you're entitled to a raise.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That is the foundation of all of this. And even if you're asking for something for free at a hotel, like there needs to be basis. Like you need to have something to stand on to go ask.
If you're like, my pillow was a little too stiff last night, can you give me a discount? Well, fuck you. Like get a different pillow or call down and get a pillow that night. So yes.
And that will give you the confidence to ask for something because you deserve that. And like that, I think that is the point. Like ask for things that you deserve or that you can make a case for. And yeah, I did deserve a raise at Cornerstone. And I told them that. I think in a sales role, it's very clear. Like I was there for 10 and a half years. I always hit above 100%.
Knocking it out of the fucking park.
And for a salesperson,
just winning,
that's rare. Like it's very rare. Even the top salespeople usually don't hit over 100% year over year. And I always did. There wasn't a single year that I missed. And I would bring that up. And I would, it was very easy. I could say, this is how much money I brought in for Cornerstone. And I would just get the answers of like, oh, my hands are tied, or here's a 5K, or here we're adding senior to your title, and here's another 5K. But I did get my income up by harassing my managers, not to where I wanted it to be, not to a place that I was happy with based on what I believe I should have been making for the deals I was working on and what I was bringing into the company. But there were a lot of people on my team who, as I was leaving, are like, yeah, I haven't gotten a raise in 4 years. I haven't gotten a raise in 5 years. And I'm like, we have to fucking ask. I've gotten raises, but it's because I've been so annoying. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. And if you don't ask for a raise, why would somebody give one to you unless that's like built into the company structure?
As the person that's given the raises, this is true. And you're going to give them to people that, again, like I said, are showing up and getting the job done. That's redundant. I just said that.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if you're doing a good job, and like employers should consider that, because you know what happens when you don't? Your best people leave you because they feel undervalued and underappreciated. And your best people that are advocating for themselves and you're like, this person deserves a raise. Like, you know what happens when your top salespeople quit because you didn't listen to them?
Oh, you'll want to know.
Company doesn't do well. Salespeople keep the lights on. And if people with tenure keep quitting over and over, guess what? You're not going to make your company goals.
And then I'm going to talk from the side of the bosses over here. If you have people that you know that you can leave your company with, you can leave it with them and know that they're going to run it like their own. Pay them. Pay them for a good night's sleep. Pay them for your freedom. Pay them so that you know you can go on vacation and everything's going to be okay. Take care of the people who are running your stuff and helping you out, because the quality of life, and this has taken me a long, long time to figure out, it's not how successful your business is. It's how successful your business is that gives you the freedom that you are looking for. That is what is priceless. I love all these things I see on Instagram is about like, oh, I've got the jet and I've got the fancy car and I've got the cool apartment and I've got the nice watch and the nice handbag. But the only thing that really brings you the greatest satisfaction is your time.
Yeah.
That is priceless. So it's very, very important that you take care of people in your life financially who help take care of you so that you can enjoy time.
I think an important thing, if you can share it, is that you make the key people at your restaurants owners.
Partners. They are partners in the restaurant. They have skin in the game so that they know when we're making profits, I'm making profits. When we're doing great, I'm doing great. That is huge. And everybody wants to be involved in the upside, right? The other part about that is we can't in the state of California or any state. Well, you're on the downside. Now give me some money back. But you know you have a bottom, so you at least have that security for yourself. The owners here will take the downside for you, but that's why we get the upside. There's an upside, yes. But people who listen to this and are constantly trying to swindle. I am so over swindlers,
I
right?
hate swindlers.
Those are the people that are just trying to like nitpick and just take a little money here. I'm gonna give you.
Or you're
this.
like, oh, there was, my coffee wasn't the right temperature, 0 stars. Give me a free coffee to make it right. I mean, obviously that's really small stakes, but like when people like nitpick restaurants for things that aren't fair to try and get free shit, like I hate that.
Yes. If your coffee's not hot, simply say, may I please have another cup of coffee that's a little hotter? And I guarantee they're going to love to run back there and get you a cup. And they're probably like, oh gosh, we need to check the coffee pot. It's not holding the heat. Oh, thank you so much for pointing that out. And if they don't, then just don't go back to that restaurant. That's pretty easy how to do it. That's how the good restaurants survive and the bad ones don't.
We hate a Yelp warrior.
Oh, yes.
I would like to think of some examples of things of asking for what you deserve.
Asking for what you want. Now, this is another thing, right? So say you're a teenager, right? Maybe in a house that I'm familiar with, and you want something like a new cool outfit at a store that only has one size fits all, which is kind of wrong. And you want to go to that store, or there's workout pants from another store that sounds like Moo Moo Lemon. If you want to go to one of those places, you should actually show your worth before you ask for that money. Like maybe your room should be clean, right? If there's any kids listening to the podcast out there,
I don't think there are,
and you want to hit up your parents for money, you should be like, should I do something to get that money? Like, hey, should I wash my dad's car or take out the garbage or walk the dog? These are things that a kid might want to consider before asking for their raise.
Yeah. Like I bet if one of your kids said, hey, Dad, I got straight A's and B's right now. I unloaded the dishwasher.
Oh, how about give me some money so I can go
for
get
a
some
walk,
Mexican food.
and my room is clean.
My friends and I need a new e-bike part.
You'd be like, oh, here's $500.
Yes.
Brian's the worst at that.
Well,
he gets swindled by his kids.
I get swindled. I will fight anybody in business, but my kids seem to beat me in the most basic scenarios.
One small thing that I negotiated on, we were at the South Korean airport and we had like an 8-hour layover. And so we were shopping and they have all these designer stores at the South Korean airport. And so I was trying on these Prada sunglasses and I was like, this
is funny. This is a real store, not like a street vendor store. Typically ones that you don't think you should be able to negotiate at.
Yeah, I was in the Prada store and I tried on these Prada sunglasses and I was like, oh, I like these. And I was like, how much are they? And they're, incredibly overpriced. And I was like, okay, well, do you have one that's not the display model? And she's like, no, this is the last pair I have left. I'm like, okay, well, since it's the display model, can I please have a discount? And she said, she like looked at me like, what the fuck are you asking me? And she's like, yeah, I can give you a 10% off. And so I think I end up getting like, I don't know what 10% off is, but I got a significant discount on these glasses.
Because you asked.
Yeah, and, like, because they were in Korea too, it was, like, $200 less than I would have spent in the US, and it's just because I asked. The worst thing she could have said is, "Oh, no, we can't do that for you."
I think it goes more than just asking for those financial situations in life
Yeah.
also. Yes, ask for a little discount here, ask for something here, but also it's in life,
It's very
it's
true.
asking the hard the questions that make you feel a little bit uneasy.
I mean, I think I know a lot of friends and relationships, like men and women, where it's just like, "Oh, things are good enough. I don't wanna nitpick or say that this really hurts my feelings or say, 'Hey, I wish you wouldn't do this.'" Like, I think people get scared to rock the boat in their personal relationships, and because of that, there's a level of depth that they don't access because you're not being fully honest with your partner.
Because you're scared to ask.
Yeah.
So this started out as a financial ask. Now we're asking things of our heart and our soul.
Yeah.
Like, hey, could you please spend more time with me? Can you please give me a 6-second kiss, 8-second kiss? Can we please have date nights? Can we please do this? It's asking those things, but it's the same as the financial obligations. It's making sure that you've already covered and you're in the position to receive. I think that's maybe what it is.
Yeah.
Like I've been showing up for you and I just need you to show up a little bit more for me. Like I've been leaning in. Can you lean into me? Hey, can we, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah. I think
Take it
in
away. You're so much smarter than me.
Well, I think in our relationship, I am pretty good at that. Like I think one part of that is like knowing yourself. And I like sit with myself and I'm like, okay, what am I missing? And like, in the past few weeks, I was like, what I'm missing is quality time with the man that I love. Can we please make sure, like, come hell or high water, we have some quality time on Saturday
Now,
night?
watch this, gentlemen. As an old dog, and that being young tricks right there, sometimes I get triggered when she asks for these really nice things because I'm like, well, God damn it, I've been fucking busy. Oh my God, do you know what's going on? Like that's old me. That's old me.
Yeah.
Now, new me is like, oh, what she's really saying is, can you please just settle down for a second so that we can spend some time? It's not always what somebody's saying, it's what they're meaning. And as somebody who's trying to become enlightened so that I can levitate one day, we all have goals, right? I want to float. Is that when I hear people ask me for something now, I don't necessarily take it as just face value, but see if there's an underlying thing that might resonate more, right? Especially with the kids when they ask for something or they say something, it's like, what are you really trying to say? What are you trying to get?
Yeah.
And it's this whole secret language I'm learning.
He's doing good. I think in that example, he knew I communicated well what I wanted and needed and why we needed to go stay in a hotel kind of thing. And I paid for it with points. But I think let's just use that as an example. I could say, hey, I really want to go stay in a hotel with you this weekend. And Brian could take that as, oh, she just wants me to spend money on her. Like, she just wants to, like,
Bitch.
go stay at a nice hotel.
Oh, you fucking don't think my house is good enough for you? I
She doesn't
said.
realize how busy
Oh, my sheets not soft enough for you? My pillows not fluffy enough for you?
and get pissed off, and then
Oh,
neither of us get
anger,
what we need.
no.
Or he could realize, oh,
Why the fuck would we do that? I fucking got a nice house right here.
or he could realize, oh, she misses me.
Oh, she
That's really
misses me.
sweet. She
Oh.
really loves me, and she wants me to be, away from distractions so that I can be there and be present with her. Like, oh, that's really nice. Yeah, I want to give that to her.
And that's the same thing too when like my kids and Harley are like, hey, put your phone down. And I'm like, what the fuck? I haven't been on my phone all fucking day. That's could be a reaction someone might have in the olden days. But now in the newer days, they go, oh, you want me to be present with you. Let me put that phone down. Or like, hey, I'm on this super important business call. Jesus, you're always on fucking business calls. You're always on business calls. I'm like, oh, I should actually set time parameters for this so that I'm able to be present. God, how many weird subjects should we hit on? But they're all about getting more what you want
I think having the confidence in yourself to ask for what you want.
in any aspect of it. And that confidence, as you just said, all comes with having done your part already so that when you ask, you feel worthy.
Yeah. I have an ask for you right now.
Oh, let's see. Listen, it's a case study, everyone. Get ready. All right, case study. Okay.
My ask for you is that I want you to ask me for more help. I know that you're very busy right now. You're doing
You want me to ask you for more help?
Yeah, like I want you to say, "Hey, I need a morning to work on stuff. Can you take the kids to school?" Or
Okay, this isn't normal people out there, all right? So those of you watching us like we're animals in a zoo right now, or listening to us like we're animals in a zoo, this is a win-win situation. These are a little bit rare. So you really have to like, is there a trick here? Like if I was an animal, I'd be like, is there a snare on the ground like a bear trap? Because I see something that looks really good that I want to eat, but if I put my paw in it, am I gonna get caught?
No, there's no trick. But I think I am good at asking for what I want and what I think I deserve. I think you are still working on that. I think that you kind of think that you have to do everything for everybody and that you can't ask for help. Like when was the last time you asked for help?
I'm the boy who walked to school uphill in the snow
Okay, this is an
both ways.
opportunity for you to be vulnerable.
Okay, sorry.
You ever ask for help?
I had to ask for help when I was out of town and I needed you to help me with the kids.
Yeah.
And I felt extremely guilty. And I've said thank you 1,000 times. And for all of this hard situations we've been going through, and I've been constantly going, oh my God, I am so thankful for you. I am so appreciative that she's still fucking here, that I feel like I've asked you for a lot. Without really ever asking, you just kind of stepped up when you saw I was in need.
Yeah, but and that was a very obvious one and an easy one, but I see that you're spread really thin right now. And I think when you're spread really thin, it makes it harder for you when you do have a little time at the end of the day to settle in and be there with me. I think it makes it harder for you to like enjoy the positive parts of the day. You kind of get stuck in the stressful parts a little bit more. And so I think it would be good for me too if you were able to ask for more help and that, I have a little extra time right now. I'm happy to help you. And I could see it being a win-win. I could see it providing value to me as well. Not the inherent value of selflessness and just the joy of giving, but also like I think you would be able to give more to me if I gave more to you. So I'd like you to ask me for more help.
I love you. Sometimes we win, people, and that was a win. So I love you very much. That was very nice.
But I'm serious. You're not very good at asking for stuff. I think you do have too much guilt and you don't think you deserve to get help and you think that you have to do everything by yourself.
It is something I am working on as an old dog. Until next week.
Follow us on iTunes or Spotify or YouTube. Leave us a rating and review. We love it. Send us any questions.
Yeah, I dare you to.